Well, today we're going to, I decided I would film a little bit of making a one-arm spring-loaded training dummy. I did not come up with the plans. These, the 100% credit for this goes to my friend Pete from Australia. This was his dummy idea, his plans, and I'm just simply going to record the process of what I'm going to do to build one. So we'll go over the material list that I had to purchase today. Really, I spent about $25 on materials. That's it. A few things I had around the house. I would say that for under $40 you could build this. So it's I'm pretty excited about that. It's a very, very good cost for, you know, a nice training tool. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so a couple of things I purchased here. This is sitting on a 2-inch wide, or deep rather, by 10-inch in this direction, 10 inches board. I bought a 10-foot one, but I'm going to, of course, cut it down maybe to 6 feet. I bought a little angle corner brace here that you would use for a shelf, a little sanding pad. This is actually for the center. Pete used a tent peg, and this is 1/4 inch by a foot of just basically a threaded screw, and that's going to go this way inside to hold it. So I'll probably end up trimming this a few inches. And then I bought a basic a task force rubber strap. Okay, and I purchased one 25 inches, so we'll see if I need one longer or shorter than that as the project continues. The next thing I'm going to do is this rather large board here. I'm going to measure 6 feet off of it, and I'm going to cut it. Be back in a minute. After the initial cut, I decided that the 6 foot was too long, so I'm going to cut an additional space off here. What I did is I held the board up and kind of measured it against my height, and then I punched, and my punch kind of naturally landed around this area. So I was thinking if I put a bag here, this would be good for a good height for me. You might want to customize it to a height for yourself. I'm 5'9" roughly, and so I'm cutting this at 5.5 feet, which is kind of where, like I said, my natural punch came across. So I'll eventually put a bag here, so I'm going to recut before we move to the next step. Alright, the next step is from about the top here, I'm coming down 15.5 inches or so, and I have a little scrap piece of 2x4 here, and I'm gonna try to center that up as best as I can. I guess I'll measure it, and I'm gonna draw the outside of a hole, and then we're gonna get the drill bit, cut each corner, jigsaw, and jigsaw the hole out, and that will be the next step. Okay, here you can see you know, where I drew my hole for my initial cut, and I just simply drilled a few holes, and what I'm going to be doing here is getting the jigsaw out and just cutting this hole out. Alright, the next part here, it's going to be a little difficult to tell, but I used a chisel to get an angle here. I don't know exactly what the angle is, but I kind of worked it until it was here, and also on the other side, kind of the same thing. And the way I test it is I put this little piece in here, and you can see it gets some good movement up, some good movement down. So it looks like it's going to fit pretty well for what I want it to do. That looks like it'll be down, and that looks like it'll be up. I suppose, worst case, I can adjust some of these angles and trim some of this off to make the arm operate as I want it to. But basically, if you just take a small section, fit it in here, get yourself the up and down motion, that'll be good. Next thing I'm going to do is drill holes here. I have a bit to go all the way through that, so I will do that, and then we'll cut the arm. Okay, got the hole through. It's not at a very good angle, but it went through both sides, so no one ever accused me of being a carpenter. But anyway, there it is, through there, all the way. So I'm going to have to make a unique little cut here with the 2x4 when I get it done. So next stage is the arm. Okay, so here's the arm, just laying on top of the thing itself. It's 35 inches, and at 20.5 I'm going to cut the hole. So we'll do that next. Alright, so here's the arm. As you can see, it's going through, and it's got a acceptable range of motion here, probably what we're looking for. So, next thing is to attach the bungee to the back, and let's get it on a base. Alright, so here's the bracket, and it's going to be on the back of the arm there. So we're going to hook our cord up to this, and then also to another one that's going to be mounted at the base. Alright, so there's the back side attached with the bracket to the base. Hopefully those screws will hold. That one looks like it's bending a little bit. We'll have to see how this works out. Okay, and that'll give the arm some tension when it moves down. As a temporary base at least, I'm going to use a concrete block and some wedge anchors. So I drilled 2 holes here that I also matched up with the base. So let's attach it. Okay, the wedge anchors are in place. Now we'll just tighten them a little bit and see what we got. Alright, so there it is. It needs to be stained and such, but I made a few other modifications. So the bungee is a little bit better for me for the tension. I'm going to replace this plastic hook with a metal one. I also put an eyelet back here as opposed to the brace. I put the other brace down here, replaced it with a larger one. And I built a little system to just hold it to the wall. So that should hold it in place to the wall. But yeah, the brace right here, I had to replace that. I bent both of them with the other cable. So that's a little bit more sturdy. Alright, so here you can see the mostly finished product. You know, to hide bad carpentry, which I am not very good at, I'm going to stain it with a dark stain. But just to show some of the basic function, you know, again, I give credit to my friend Pete for this. This is his design. I just copied what he had on his Facebook page. But you can see the arm goes up and down, and it has that retraction, so you wouldn't want to get hit by that. So similar things to blocking and hitting. I'm going to probably put something here so that I can hit with it. You know, you can keep this arm checked, you know, different things like that. Anyway, I'd say total material cost is probably, with everything, less than $40 is what it cost me to make this. So I hope you enjoy it, and love to see some videos if you make your own. Make it and use it at your own risk. This is educational only. You clearly get hit by this in the chin, it's not going to feel good. So with that, thanks again. Have a nice one.